We did very well last week in DFS. Let's see if we can repeat this week. What's going on, fantasy football fans? I'm your host, Hussein the Brain, and you're watching The Couch. These are my Week 6 DFS NFL picks. I'm giving away another NFL jersey this week. All you have to do is follow the link below in the description. Enter any NFL contest on CryptoFantasySports.com. Let me know your username, so write down your username in a comment below, and I will pick a random winner. I'm going to reveal last week's winner at the end of this video, so stay tuned. Of course, we're playing on CryptoFantasySports.com. It's the same salary cap as DraftKings. Let's go on to the picks. We're going to keep this simple. For quarterback, I got Jameis Winston, and that's pretty much it. 5,800, he's going to have opportunities. He's going to be throwing the ball a lot. Every quarterback has done well against the Falcons. So look, touchdowns, points, not necessarily easy to project in fantasy football. But what we can project is opportunities. We can project that accurately. And Jameis Winston is going to be throwing the ball a lot. We know the Buccaneers can't run well. And the Falcons, great matchup. Their defense is banged up and hasn't been playing well at all this year. Fire up Jameis Winston. You guys want more quarterbacks to name? Because if you want, yeah, whatever. We'll go through a few more, but Jameis Winston is really my only pick. A lot of other experts and websites are talking about Jameis Winston, but he is kind of a bozo, so I don't think he will be contrarian this week, unfortunately, but maybe not as high ownership as he should be because of all the incidents that happen off the field and also on the field. I mean, he does do weird stuff on the field too, but he does have that upside. Other quarterbacks, Matt Ryan, super reliable, most expensive quarterback in this slate. Ben Roethlisberger is playing away. Everyone knows he's great at home, but maybe he has one good away game, and it could be this week. I see him being a good contrarian pick, and he is expensive. Not a lot of people will be on him. We got Dalton in the same game, 6,300. Cam Newton, when he's running the ball, very effective, puts up a lot of fantasy points, 6,100. What else we got? Wilson as a crazy GPP pick. He's been a huge disappointment, but in that London game, he might be able to do something. We know he's still talented, guys. Baker Mayfield, contrarian pick, 5,500 going against the Chargers. Sam Darnold facing Andrew Luck, 5,300, super cheap. And the cheapest guy I would even consider picking is Derek Carr in that London game against Seattle, 5,100. Now moving on to running backs. Todd Gurley, priced very expensive, probably going to avoid him. You know, I've been picking Gurley just about every time, and we're not picking Gurley this time because I just think there's better options, better value options, like Melvin Gordon, priced 8,200 going against the Browns. Great value pick, probably my best value running back at that elite running back level. Price is right. He's very efficient. He gets a good amount of touches. He's involved in the run game. He's involved in the pass game. Who do we got next? Joe Mixon. I just got a gut feeling about this guy this week. 7,500. The price isn't too high. It's not too low. He's going to be a workhorse. It's pick your poison when it comes to the Steelers defense. So they're going to have to double AJ Green or leave Tyler Boyd single coverage with the weakest cornerback or whatever they do. They can't defend all the Bengals' weapons. And I think Joe Mixon, because he's able to catch the ball very well as run very well, he'll be able to find a way to get you fantasy points. Jordan Howard is priced at 6,500, and I see him having a huge bounce back game against the Dolphins. He'll get his opportunities. I see him getting a goal line touchdown this game. Man, I like him. I think the price is okay, and a lot of people will be off of him because he's been pretty disappointing. He just had a huge disappointing game last week. He was on bye last week, but week 4, he put up 2.5 fantasy points. Let's see if he can rebound. A guy with a great price tag, so great value pick and a very high floor is TJ Yeldon. With Fournette out, with Corey Grant out, TJ Yeldon becomes a workhorse. They just picked up Jamal Charles, but that was just a couple days ago. I don't see Jamal Charles interfering too much with TJ Yeldon's workload, but this will be a slow-paced game going against the Cowboys. Perhaps not too high scoring of a game, but still 6,400 right there. David Johnson, nothing more than a crazy GPP pick. we don't trust him. He's not reliable. Dalvin Cook, just wanted to mention that he is questionable. I think there's over 80% chance he does play, but you do want to note that I think the Vikings run game will work this week. So whether Dalvin Cook's healthy or not, you want to note that. This may be the first game where the Vikings actually are able to run the ball. They're heavily favorited to beat the Cardinals. I'm back with it. I'm back with this one, Tevin Coleman. I have a lot of confidence in him. He'll get his opportunities, and the price has not reflected Devonta Freeman being out. Not at all. His price should be about 62, like around where TJ Yeldon is, like 6,200 to 6,500. It's not. It's 5,400. So great value pick. I absolutely love it. Great matchup going against the Bucks. Should be a lot of scoring. Falcons are expected to win this game, or at least, compete with the Bucks. There's just no way they're going to get blown out. I don't see that happening. Tevin Coleman, he can catch, he can run it. He's a lock. Marshawn Lynch, a little bit more of a sneaky play here. A little bit of rain on that London game, a little bit of winds, nothing extreme, but I do see them running the ball a lot and trying to control this game, trying to get that W. And I see Marshawn Lynch getting over 20 touches, price 5,300. Revenge game against the Seattle Seahawks, and this one is played at London. I just want to mention Nyheim Hines. Not a guy I'm going to pick a lot this week, but look at that price, man. He was like 3,400, and you guys know I was really high on Hines. I just wanted to note that his price has risen quite a bit. I mean, he's still worth considering picking up because of his role as a receiver. He played wide receiver in college, but now that his price has jumped so much and everyone knows about him, I will probably avoid him at that price tag. I mean, I liked him better when he was 3,400. He did very well. Isaiah Crowell is a game time decision. I believe this kicks off early, though. I just wanted to mention that. Very important. He's been doing very well this year and has a good matchup going against the Colts, but he is truly a game time decision, and I have no idea if he's going to play. Latavius Murray, 4,700. I absolutely love this guy. If Dalvin Cook is out, like I said, I do see the Vikings run game actually working week 6, but not a guy you want to pick if Dalvin Cook is active. I don't want to risk it. Of course, Latavius and Dalvin has been huge busts. Lamar Miller, nothing more than a GPP pick. He cannot be trusted. Bilal Powell, excellent start if Isaiah Crowell is out. This guy is trustworthy, good floor, good ceiling. He can catch, he can run, he can do everything, and he'll get so many touches. He'll assume a workhorse role if Crowell is out, and at 4,500, that value, just you can't beat that. But only if Crowell is out. Cheaper options, Austin Eckler at 4,200. He's been doing very well, guys. Super efficient, probably the most efficient running back. He's only had one game with single-digit scoring. That's crazy, and that was against the Rams. So he does it as a runner. He does it as a receiver mostly, and he's very explosive. So at 4,200, decent matchup. I do like that. And if you want to punt this position, let's go with Ito Smith. Where is this guy? Solo, guys. 3,100, just like Tevin Coleman, his teammate. The price has not reflected Devonta Freeman's injury. Devonta Freeman is out. Ito Smith will get, like, how many? 7, 10 touches? Something like that. Maybe more. It's really a punt, though, but a punt that I could get behind. At 3,100, that is so cheap. And, yeah, the price is right and the matchup is there. Moving on to wide receivers, I'm just apologize right now. There's not really any picks that I'm super sold on. So I'll just mention some guys that I've noted and I just want to talk about. Antonio Brown's my #1 wide receiver this week. Most expensive guy, but I feel like his floor is the highest and his ceiling is very good as well. Moving on to Mike Evans. I feel like you need to target one player from this Bucks team, whether that be Cameron Brate, Deshaun Jackson, Godwin, Adam Humphries if you're crazy enough, or Mike Evans. Jameis Winston's going to need to throw the ball. If you're picking Jameis Winston, I mean, you're already taking a risk there with that guy. might as well stack them with Evans. Win hard, lose hard. Same exact thing on the other side of the field with Julio Jones. I feel like you need to target at least one Falcons player, whether that be Ito Smith, whether that be Tevin Coleman, Mohamed Sanu. Don't like as much this week. I like Calvin Ridley more, or Julio Jones. We know at least one of those guys is going to go off. Something's going to happen. Bucks defense is not good. Bucks are a disappointing team. Should be a high-scoring game. Both defenses suck. And Julio Jones, man, they're going to need to triple cover this guy, or else he's going to score a lot of points. Two guys that might slip through the cracks because they're not cheap, they're not super expensive. Those guys are Emmanuel Sanders and Jarvis Landry. They've been a little bit under the radar as of late. Emmanuel Sanders, he kind of was really good the first 3 weeks, and then the last couple weeks didn't do as well. He's still good, but I feel like the hype with Sanders is kind of worn off. And same thing with Jarvis Landry. He hasn't done so well the last couple games. So I feel like these two guys are contrarian, and man, I like them this game. I feel like they will do good, but just a fair warning, the price is not that great with them. And that's another reason why they may not be owned. I don't think we can come up with a crazier, stupider, riskier pick than Doug Baldwin playing in London. Last week, the guy had 1 yard, so he had 1 fantasy point, and he was used as a decoy. Now, he seems pretty healthy to me, and nobody's going to be picking him this week. The price is cheap, so this just makes for an ideal GPP play. How much do we trust him? The least amount. I don't trust him at all. But, I don't know, man. That's a lot of risk. A lot of upside, and no one's going to own him. And 2 other GPP picks, Amari Cooper in that same game, and also Robbie Anderson, who is so boomer bust. Another GPP pick, Robbie Anderson. And Nunwa has a hurt hand. I don't know how bad it is, but it seemed like he couldn't catch last game. Now, a guy I really like this week, and he will not be contrarian, is Antonio Callaway. This guy's so talented, but he makes mistakes. He's dropping the ball, so maybe he'll do well this game. Rashad Higgins is out. We know Josh Gordon's not on that team anymore. Corey Coleman's not on that team anymore. So Antonio Callaway could be the second most targeted player on that entire Browns team. I like the price. I like the upside. As far as trust, reliability, and floor, that does not exist with this guy. And that's my cheapest wide receiver. Moving on to tight ends. Eric Ebron's going to probably play. I'd say 95% chance he's going to play. Of course, he's a great start. I see Jordan Reed having a huge bounce back game. Only had 3 fantasy points this last week. I absolutely love it. The price is expensive. He had a bad game last week. That means no one's going to pick him this week. It's just the way it goes. Then we have Rudolph for 4,400 going against the Cardinals. That's okay. Njoku is okay. Someone like Mayfield's gonna have to throw the ball to somebody, right? Now here's one that everyone is on. Everyone's talking about. Cameron Brate, 3,700, super cheap. He gets a huge boost if O.J. Howard is out. Now, if O.J. Howard does play, there's a good chance he will be limited as well. We know Jameis Winston and Cameron Brate have quite the connection, quite the chemistry. Austin Hooper, 3,500. I know I'm not really naming any tight ends. Like, there's so many tight ends that you can pick. C.J. Uzomah at 3,000. Not a lot of faith in this guy. But like I said, the Steelers, they're going to have to pick their poison. So maybe they try to shut down A.J. Green and Boyd, and Uzomah gets open. Tyler Kroft is out, by the way, this game. So that boosts his value, Uzomah's value. Hayden Hurst, talking about this guy again. Just really a guy to watch. Maybe you pick him in a GPP. I think he's going to be really good, but more of a guy you want to watch and not pick this week yet again. I do like Jeff Heerman this week. Again, I picked him last week and actually won in some cash games just because I was able to get guys like Todd Gurley and James Conner and I was able to spend up on those studs because this guy's so cheap. I mean, what's the worst that's going to happen? You're going to get 2, 3, or 4 fantasy points, and more expensive tight ends will give you that too sometimes. So I think if you want to punt this position, Herman's your guy. And that's the cheapest tight end I'd probably pick. I mean, we have the 2 Jaguars tight ends, but I'm probably avoiding James O'Shaughnessy and who's the other guy? Niles Paul. Probably avoiding these 2 Jaguar tight ends. Okay, I actually have some real picks, some concrete stuff for defenses. Okay, so Vikings D, very good start, but they're the most expensive. I think we can do a little bit better. Jaguars D, just a little bit cheaper, $200 cheaper than the Vikings D. Much more reliable. This will be a slow-paced game. It will be a slow-scoring game. Jaguars should be able to shut down this one-dimensional Cowboys team. All you got to do is shut down Zeke, and you're good to go. Yeah, the Cowboys did a couple things here and there this season and made some plays, but this is the Jaguars we're talking about. It's not going to happen against the Jaguars. Tavon Austin's not going to score a bunch of touchdowns. He's not going to get big plays. Nope. Not on the Jags. I don't see that happening. Now, a defense with not as high as a floor as the Jags. Jaguars a high floor defense. We have the Texans. They should be able to dominate the Bills. All they have is Josh Allen. They don't have any receivers. They don't have an O-line. Texans D should be very good. As confident as I can get with the Texans D, a defense that's unreliable, I'm actually pretty confident in them. Probably best value defense this week is the Chicago Bears D. Now, I didn't really look at it, but I just got word that Tannehill is questionable. I don't know how accurate that is, like if he's really in jeopardy of missing this game. Still, regardless, though, if Tannehill's playing at less than 100% or the backup of the Dolphins is playing, I don't really care. I think the Bears will dominate this game. I think it'll be low scoring. So, Jaguars, most reliable defense this week. Bears, best value defense this week. Because that price, to me, $3,300, is actually super cheap. I mean, some people might look at it, oh, it's a top 5 price defense. That looks expensive. Actually, they're the 4th most expensive defense. But I would disagree. I just want to give you guys some more options. Ravens, Titans game should be low scoring. Ravens are $2,800. I like the Browns as a silly GPP pick. Nothing more than that, though, going against the Chargers. Someone on the Chargers is going to do something, whether it be Melvin Gordon, Eckler, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams. Someone should do something there. Cheaper option, Titans, $2,500 in a low scoring game against the Ravens. I meant to say Ravens. Broncos, $2,000. Now, why do I have them going against the hottest offense in the league? I just think that this is absolute minimum price, by the way, guys. If you're going to punt, I just don't see the Broncos finishing as a bottom 3 defense, and there's only 3 defenses at $2,000. I like the Broncos D more than the Cardinals D and the Buccaneers D. Just want to throw this out there. If you did want to punt the position, I'm probably not too confident in the Broncos defense. They're facing Goff, Gurley, Kupp, Woods, Cooks. It's not looking good. But man, maybe they get a big play. You know, anything can happen. And the price is good. Don't trust them though. And for kickers this week, Gostkowski, the New England Patriots game, the Chiefs game, Butker, they're not in the main slate. So other than those 2 guys, I like Matt Bryant, I like Dan Bailey, Justin Tucker, most reliable kicker in fantasy. I like Carlos Santos, the Rams kicker this week, filling in for Zerline. I like Fairbairn, Parkey, and Crosby. I see Mason Crosby having a bounce-back game. He went 0 for 5 last week and then made a garbage time field goal, but I do see him bouncing back. Congratulations to last week's winner, Non-Hype Beast. You have won an NFL jersey. So go to NFL Shop and pick out any jersey or any item you want on there that's $100 or cheaper. I wish you guys good luck this week. Make sure you guys follow the link below in the description. Enter a contest on a Crypto Fantasy Sports and comment below your username to enter for this week's contest to win yet another NFL jersey. I wish you guys good luck this week. Make sure you subscribe to this channel by hitting the couch icon over here. Wait, where is it? Oh yeah, it's right over here. And we also have a second channel people don't know about, Fantasy Couch Podcast. Make sure you subscribe to that channel as well. Like the video if you liked it, dislike if you didn't. And I'll see you guys on the next video / live stream.